Hello, it's Jimmy Akio, and I'm here to discuss the biggest fight coming up right now between Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world, 168 pounds. Let's get back with the world champion. That's Saul Canelo. Is the record of 63, 2-2 with 39 knockouts. He is a four-division world champion, but this one he'll be defending his undisputed super middleweight championship. Right now, Canelo, by the way, is a masculine word for saying cinnamon. Maybe you didn't know that. Canelo is the youngest of 8 children, 7 boys, 1 girl. All 7 brothers are professional boxers. Canelo actually dropped out of 8th grade. I think he dropped out of school in 8th grade to go to boxing full time. He has an amateur record of 44-2. And he actually made history, boxing history, when all of his brothers and himself fought on the same night. And also Canelo turned pro at 15 years old, which is crazy because I barely had my first amateur fight when I was 16, even though I started boxing at 14. Back to Canelo. Canelo's worth right now is $275 million. He's one of the highest paid athletes in the world. This next fight with Terrence Crawford is going to make him $150 million estimated. Now, that's huge. Wow. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, is 41-0 with 31 knockouts. He is also a 4-division world champion. He is currently won the 154 world title, and he's going to jump up 2 weight divisions, 160, 168, to fight Canelo Alvarez. There's a good reason for that. Terrence Crawford's net value right now is $20 million, net worth, $20 million. But this fight alone, he's going to make $50 million, which is fantastic, amazing. I just love it to hear when hardcore fighters that have been busting their ass, to do something in this world and to make their accomplishments in boxing, my favorite sport in the world, get that kind of huge payday. I like to see that. I hope it's a great fight. I really believe it will be. Terrence Crawford and Canelo are warriors, and they will put on the fight because Terrence Crawford is not a runner. And no matter how much I think he should box, I think he can outbox Canelo. I don't think his warrior mentality will let him. I think he will sit there in the pocket. And if you do that, it can be very dangerous, especially when you move up 2 weight classes. Carrying all that extra weight is going to be, it could be burdensome. It can slow him down a lot. There's a lot of things that's going to happen here. He got hit a lot more, or he got hit with some good shots in the 154 fight that he did have. His punches weren't as effective as they usually are, with a bigger guy. Now you're moving 2 more weight classes up to a guy, even though Canelo is a small super middleweight at 5'7", and actually Terrence is actually taller at 5'8". So I could see Canelo getting outboxed for a few rounds, but I think the power and all that stuff will start to set in, and that the weight extra weight he's carrying around it could cause some problems, I think. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a look at all the other experts and what they say, and then we're going to come back and then get my final pick on it.
Good fight. If 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
I'm concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terrence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and we see how that panned out. You know what I mean?
I'm going with Terrence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terrence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I have not been against Terrence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that.
Anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terrence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terrence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terrence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Errol Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back.
Say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terrence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov is a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat
Canelo. One of those uppercuts from Gia or those.
He could get dropped, or he feels it enough to be like, fuck this, I'm boxing. And then goes on the bicycle and turns southpaw for the rest of the night. And I wouldn't blame him either. Fuck it, you're gonna go in there and collect the fucking paycheck at that point.
Right.
You're not gonna go get hurt.
Right.
What good is it to get fucking 20, 30 million if you are fucking hurt physically, end up in the hospital and hurt just physically, life-changing, you don't want that shit.
But you think Canelo could hurt him? It could be life
Good,
changing.
he's that big, fool. One punch could fucking knock him out bad enough to hurt his eye socket or detach retina. You never fucking know.
Right.
So no one wants that shit.
Crawford said if he beats him, he's in the top 3 GOATs of all time.
Oh, for sure. If Crawford beats Canelo, then for sure. He'll motherfucking props in the world, bro. And he actually does have a chance. It's not like he doesn't have a chance. Don't be too surprised if he fucking pulls it off.
It's going to definitely be everything. Crawford adjusting to the 168 pound division. I know he's been sitting at a heavier weight for a while, but he's been showing his training and stuff. So that's definitely going to help him. Canelo experience. You got Crawford, got great experience as well. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a good chess match. I expect a great fight. If I had to favor somebody, I would just pick Canelo because of the weight disparity.
Well, I think you got to lean more towards Canelo because, like I said before, he been pitting big guys out and down. And Canelo not even really a 68-pounder. He probably really should be at 60, maybe. And he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds. And he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it.
It could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford wanna challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off. He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't?
I don't like the fight because Terrence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. What's that mean?
Right, weight classes.
Weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes and Terrence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terrence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and 3 more divisions. 2 more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terrence Crawford, but
Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination of punches. But I think the weight class is no good for him.
Crawford could beat him because Crawford is a big 147 fighter and is strong as well, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. I think that fight, if it does happen, as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything, so that would be a very good fight.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring?
Hello, it's Jimmy Akio. I'm back. I hope you like that and have some different viewpoints on who's going to win this fight. My viewpoint is that Canelo Alvarez is 34 years old, has been fighting professionally since he was 15 years old, had a 44-2 amateur record, been boxing for a long time. But there's a lot of wear and tear on that with over 60 fights, professional fights. So we got to see who's going to have the more wear and tear on them. Because Terrence Crawford is not has had a lot of fights himself. He was 58-12 as an amateur, and he's 41 professional fights. But he's also 37 years old. Now in boxing, you can turn old overnight, and that includes Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, obviously. But you know, people are saying that, you know, Canelo is on the decline, especially after that guy he fought last, William Skull, was just like running around so much and he has a hard time like cutting off the ring. But Riyadh Seasons, Turkey Al-Sheikh just said that there's a no running clause in this and is any more of his promotions. And Riyadh Seasons said they don't want no runners, and they want people that will fight. They will no longer be accepting those guys, those kind of things. So that's a new thing I just heard. But Terrence Crawford is not a runner anyways. He won't run away from Canelo. He doesn't know how his warrior spirit, he's like to go out on the shield type fighter. That's how Terrence Crawford is. But Terrence Crawford is 37 years old too. So you got to wonder too, he's also putting on a lot of weight. Now, when 154 pounds, he was having a good fight with the last fight. You know, even though he did win the 154-pound title against Madrimov. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but going up 2 more weight classes after barely going from 147 to 154 to 154 to 168 is something I've never seen before ever in you know, that quickly in that amount of time. Now, if you do it gradually, you know, like Pacquiao did, he did it gradually. He didn't go like from, you know, flyweight all the way to junior middleweight and win the title. No, he took his time. He had a few fights, and that weight class and went up a little bit more in weight and did that. But this guy's making such a huge jump. I've never seen someone make such a huge jump. Now, remember, I know somebody did tell me that Roberto Duran did that with Sugar Ray Leonard. He moved from lightweight to welterweight. That's 2 divisions. I get that. But Duran was a lightweight, pure and simple lightweight. Now, Crawford was at one time a junior welterweight, junior middleweight, super middleweight. That's a lot of division. That's more than Duran did. So, I mean, you know, someone told me, try to give me that kind of example, that he went up 2 weight classes. But this is more than 2 weight classes. And I've never seen anybody do that before. I think Terrence Crawford can outbox Canelo until he gets hurt, until he gets caught, until he starts getting slowed down by the extra weight and the hard punches of Canelo. Canelo's been fighting huge guys. I think Canelo should be fighting 160. He's a smaller guy, 5'7", 5'8", and Terrence Crawford is 5'8", but it seems like a little bit taller than Canelo, like a bit, but bigger than Canelo. But I know Terrence Crawford's reach is a little bit longer, so I think that he can outbox Canelo for a period of time. But I also believe that Canelo will eventually get him. It will either slow him down. I could possibly see Canelo knocking him out. Can I see Crawford knocking out Canelo? No. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. The Canelo has fought the hugest fighters on the planet with the Triple G, one of the biggest knockout punches ever. Took some hard shots from Canelo, didn't even wince. Took some great punches from Bivol, big guy too, and nothing. But I know speed is power too, and Crawford has speed and timing. I get that. I just can't see that happening. I think Crawford's an amazing fighter. I think he's fantastic. He's one of my favorite fighters. But Canelo's also one of my favorite fighters too. But when you're talking that disparity of weight, is just, to me, it's a little bit too much. I think if Crawford does shock me and actually wins this fight, he'd be the top 5 fighters ever to me. Top 10 best fighters ever if he can do this. But I don't think he can pull this off. I don't think so. I think Canelo's gonna be able to wear him down and either win a clear decision over him or he'll knock him out. That's my prediction. I give it a 70-30 shot for Canelo. 70-30. Crawford is such an amazing fighter that I can't just rule him out. He's got a shot, but I see a 37-year-old man jumping up 3 weight classes to beat a champion that's been there for a long time. Beating him? I don't think so. I don't see it. I could be wrong. I don't think I am, because I've seen boxing throughout my life. I've seen all these fights and all these things that have been going on, and I just can't see that happening. I just don't see it happening. So my pick is for Saul Canelo Alvarez to defend his world title, either by knockout or by decision. No disrespect to Terrence Crawford, who is a big fan. I'm a big fan of Terrence Crawford. No disrespect to him. I think he's just moving up too big in weight for him to handle. So anyways, I hope you guys like it. I hope you like my my picks. Please like, share, and subscribe my picks. And lights out.